Hello, and welcome to Shamrock Talk, the internet's #1 mother-son Celtics podcast. I'm your host, Jake Olin, here once again with my mother, Karen Olin.
Hello.
And first time debut, my brother as well, family affair, Brett Olin, here with us.
It's an honor to be on. I'm excited.
An honor to be on. Well, we're recording this the afternoon of Thursday, March 21st. Happy holidays, basketball fans. We're in the midst, or the beginning at least, of March Madness. If I get distracted, or Brett probably too, probably some score checking, games going on, upsets to be had. First one already, Duquesne just beat BYU. But we got some Celtics, some N Pro basketball to get to before we do a little March Madness segment. So let's get into that. Since we last spoke, Celtics are 6-0, 55-14 overall, first in the Atlantic Division, first in the East, first in the NBA. We say this every episode now. Lots of snoozers this week, guys. We're in the part of the season, I think, where a lot of teams just want to go home, and that's so we got some interesting ones to talk about, but we'll start last week at the Trailblazers. Celtics win 121-99. No Kristaps, no Drew, no Malcolm Brogdon or Shaden Sharp for the Trailblazers. Peyton Pritchard got the start at home in his home state of Oregon, so that was fun. At this point, you just start doing gimmicky things like that. And anything you got from this game, Mom? I mean, I feel like a few of these we can kind of cruise through because
Number one, we only had 3 turnovers the entire game. I thought that was really good for obviously Drew being out and Porzingis, a lot of bench players playing, so that stood out. JB overshot. It's a little powerful these days. He had 29 shots that game. I don't know. I just felt he was a little too zealous with the ball. Yeah, I thought Al and Sam Hauser were the 2 people that surprised me that game. Al was 100% shooting. And Sam Hauser had 22 points, 8 of 12, both very efficient and, very high in my book for that game. But really, like you said, I mean, Trailblazers have no one. It's a little sad. They just aren't playing well.
Yeah, I would just say it was the start of Hauser's shooting streak, or hot shooting numbers. And Jaylen Brown has been ultra aggressive for sure. It seems like he's almost more aggressive than Tatum is now, which isn't my favorite, but I think he's been doing great lately.
I agree.
His strength has been very impressive. Like you said, I think he might be on steroids.
If you can make the free throw adjustments, I don't care. But the free throws are getting a little bit concerning here.
That's what
I was
happens.
expecting more of Pritchard this game too. I wanted him to huck up a little more because I knew, it was his hometown coming. What, 1 for 5 for 11 is not bad, but I was hoping Pritchard had the game Hauser had. Would have been nice.
Yeah.
But yes, again, they're terrible. I mean, just a lot of these teams.
You joked about Scoot Henderson being your player of the week.
Oh yeah.
I think he's been a disappointment for them this far. He was a team low -23 for the game, 13 points. But
I mean, when you're point guard and you can't shoot, it's pretty detrimental. Not many people find success that way.
I was listening to the Bill Simmons podcast, and he was high on him before the season, and he was joking. He was like, if I knew Scoot was going to go wear goggles all year, I don't think I would have bought as much stock as I did.
Yeah. He's not
not much going on for them. Again, missing Shaden Sharp is one of their promising players. He did not play. I like Tybal for them. I think he should probably get more minutes.
Where did he go? I agree, I agree. We've said that before. Like, he used to be really good.
He was a really good defender,
right?
What?
Was he on the Sixers for a little bit?
Yes, he was.
Okay.
I don't know why they got rid. I mean, he was a really good defender.
Yeah.
He could be a role player for a good team, I think, but he's kind of stuck in
I
that
was happy
Portland
for
situation.
Banton. He got 21 minutes in the game.
Yeah, he's played a lot for them.
Yeah, I'm excited
There
for
was
him.
there was a good clip of him getting away with a ridiculous carry the other day
Oh.
that the refs didn't call, but he's been getting minutes for them. At least, if you're gonna
Yeah.
get traded from a championship contender, at least you're getting time somewhere else. But
Exactly. I agree.
And Rob's
All
out
right.
for the season, right? He was.
yeah, he never played.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, I
Which
can't
is
say I'm
sad.
too upset. Yeah, it's sad. I was always a big
For
Rob guy,
him,
but I
but
can't say I'm too upset that, we got rid of him, seeing as he's still dealing with that
yeah,
stuff.
Drew was definitely worth Brogdon and Rob for sure.
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
I'd agree.
I would say for sure. Although he didn't play in this game. But we can get to the next one. Next one, continuing the road trip, another back-to-back. We got the Celtics defeating the Utah Jazz 123-107. No Jalen, no Horford, no Porzingis again. Drew Holiday comes back. I do like the resting that we've been doing. I mean, obviously we're way ahead, so there's no reason not to. But I mean, I like the staggering and how it's been done. And obviously, kind of Porzingis and Horford have been switching off on those back-to-backs all year, but still get the win with neither of them. Brett, did you watch this one? Any opening thoughts for in Utah?
Nothing too crazy. I mean, what sticks out to me is Derek's White, 7 for 11 from 3. But Xavier Tillman, I thought had a good game as well. And I think
Yeah,
he
one
was
of
a
his.
healthy for us. I feel like he could be an impact player in the future. But going to the other team, I almost picked my boy Jordan Clarkson, the microwave. He either goes 1 for 20 or 18 for 20 with 40 points. He had a pretty good game, 10 for 18, 21 points. So I was happy for him. Great score off the bench. But yeah, another boring game or not eventful.
Yes.
Nothing much.
Yeah, no marketing for them.
Hauser shot a lot again, which I like,
Yeah,
honestly. I mean,
he's
I
been on
think the next
fire.
is it Wizards the next game or no? Oh no, the game that
No,
was a fun one.
Suns is next. Suns, well, actually one interesting one at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, again, I don't have much to say. These a lot. Mom, you have anything? I mean, we can
No,
kind
I
of
think
cruise through
Tatum and
these.
White were great for us offensively.
Yeah,
I mean,
this
I
was
think
actually.
they did. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I feel like Tatum was in a little bit of a, I wouldn't say slump, but just not, he hadn't really exploded for a while, and 38 in this one, I think.
Yeah, not.
One of his classic kind of high scoring games.
Yeah, I always get excited when people are resting and the bench gets, people that you don't normally see. Like you said, Tillman got 26 minutes, 8 rebounds. I mean, that's very good. Other than that, I don't know. I mean, I think Luke Cornett has been solid all these games as well.
I'm still
his
pro
minutes,
Luke Cornett.
Yeah, his minutes, he's been solid.
We'll get to last night, which I mean, his stock is a little down, but
yeah, we can
I'm
talk about that.
I'm still Luke over Tillman for sure.
Yeah.
Although,
Last night's
matchup dependent, but
yeah, last night was a little different game anyway. I agree.
Tillman has much more versatility for sure than Cornett.
How he plays.
I mean,
absolutely.
Yeah. He's just so much more limited offensively. If he takes one more 3, I'm gonna lose my mind. I mean, Missoula gave him the green light. I'm like, oh boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who doesn't Missoula give him the green light for 3?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. I just think that Luke does a good job in the role of rebounding, staying underneath the net. I don't know. I think he does a good job in the role that he plays.
And one of our most effective pick and roll guys too, like the Derek White Cornett pick and roll. If there's like an undersized center, it's like unstoppable.
Yeah. Agreed.
Oh, yeah, we got Brett's gone. Got some internet issues or something.
That's all right. Well,
that's okay. We can move on.
We'll keep going.
Yeah, we'll cruise right through. I'm gonna crack open my Brahma here. Got one left over from last weekend.
A little later. It's not 5 here. Not that you have to wait till 5
here, but yeah, it's a holiday. March Madness. Let's get
That's
into
right.
it.
Every year, Dad used to order the Dominoes and the cinnamon sticks.
Yeah, and get halftime.
Oh.
Later, it's the Domino.
Brett's back.
Are we good now?
I do. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Okay.
You're back.
All right. I got it. I got a new power brick. It was
right.
so
All
my
right.
laptop was slowly dying as we were doing it. We're good now.
You were going in and
We're
out
good.
there a little, but
Yeah.
um,
Good.
I just want to grab that. Do we talk about the Suns?
no, we're just
Nope.
getting to it. We're talking about
Oh.
Dad taking us out of school for March Madness.
Yeah, we got the pictures.
Yeah.
Domino's
Yeah, until
pizza.
Cracked open
until
my
I got to
bra.
see.
No,
I think
and
it was 8th grade. It was I did. He didn't take me out because of my grades.
I don't know about that. I think he didn't want to, but he ended up doing it anyway. But from what I remember, but maybe not.
I don't know. It was just a funny story.
Yeah.
All right, Suns.
All right, let's get into the Suns. One of the actual interesting games over the week. Second time we've seen the Suns in 2 weeks. We talked about the last one last episode. This time at home, Celtics defeat the Suns 127-112. I think this was a big win. We'll see how far the Suns can actually go, but I feel like we handled a team that with a lot of firepower pretty well. Jaylen Brown was absolutely on fire this game.
So I will say they had a solid offensive outing. Solid. I mean, they had their four of their starters were 20 plus points. It's a solid offensive team, but they are non-existent defensively.
Terrible.
Non-existent.
They can't stay in front of anybody.
I agreed. I don't know how
hunting Bradley Beal all game.
Yeah, I don't know how you win when you have basically no defense, but that's And our
Agreed.
guy, Bull.
Bull is awesome. He's awesome.
I was gonna
Four
talk about him. He's playing
4
great.
for 5 in 15 minutes. Offensively, he's, I don't know, 10 minutes.
Yeah,
10
unfortunately,
points
their problem is defense, and he can't play defense either. But
no. I guess if they're going to bring somebody in, they're going to bring some defense in. They don't need offense. But anyway, yes, offensively, very strong. Defensively, no.
Yeah. No, I agree. It was Booker, was just coming back from the injury, but I wasn't impressed with him overly at all. Durant started out on fire, and then second half just was non-existent. And I don't know what it is about Tatum and Durant. Tatum just seems to have Durant's number, kind of. He always is winning that matchup, and really since we swept them in the playoffs. What was that, 2 years ago?
Yeah.
He's had that number. And like I said, Jaylen was on fire, and we just kind of took it to him, especially in that third quarter. And the game was really never in doubt after that. I don't know. I just thought, I mean, again, it's the only team we played this week that, other than, the Bucks last night, that really has any aspirations at anything in the playoffs. And so to continue cruising and just clearly look like the better team still is. Oh, and Missoula had the shot contest on Royce O'Neal at the halftime. Not a fan of that, Brad.
No. Yeah, he's just a little obnoxious sometimes, I think, Missoula.
I like it. I'm like the lone Missoula defender. He's a psycho. He wants to be out there playing. I like it.
He does.
He's out of his mind.
For sure.
But they did say during the Bucks broadcast that the league gave him a little talking to on that one, so we won't be seeing anymore because Missoula contests, I think.
That's funny.
He's a competitive dude.
Well,
yeah, he's out of his mind. All right,
Horford going 6 was
what
in the Suns game, right? I'm looking at 6 for 10 from.
Yeah, he was amazing.
He does that.
Yes.
I don't think we're losing any game. Well, she's shooting a lot more, I feel.
Yeah,
but
Cornette had another great game as well.
Yeah, I think everybody looked good in that game, except our bench suffered a little bit. Our bench was so-so. We
had some early offensive rebound problems. They put like the double big in with Nurkic and Bol or Nurkic
Mhm.
and Eubanks, and they kind of killed us a little bit at the beginning of that game. My only other note for that game is that I love that whenever Kristaps isn't playing, he's on he has this like Eastern European movie villain like look on the sidelines and like the 3-piece suit. He's got a different suit on every game.
I love his outfits.
Yeah,
Love his outfits. He is so
he's
classy.
like straight out of a James
Yeah.
Bond film. He's
So
like the bad
classy.
guy. It's
Better or worse
awesome.
than Ben Simmons?
What?
Better or worse than Ben Simmons, man?
Well, I
But
mean,
speaking of
he's
the
actually good
Suns,
when he plays, so
true.
Yeah.
it's a little less frustrating when you're actually focused on winning and not just the outfit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
You
don't see
can't
the
be.
Suns.
Go ahead.
Sorry, not smooth. First time going, but I don't see the Suns making it out of the West for sure. I mean, too many scorers. I mean, you knew this team wasn't going to work from the beginning. Beal was a terrible pickup, I thought, for
They just don't
them.
play
And
defense at all.
but the teams like the Clippers, the Nuggets, and then the younger teams like the Timberwolves and the Thunder, which I think
Mhm.
SGA should get MVP for sure. For sure.
Wow,
54% shooting,
that's a
31.
bold take.
He's first in the West now.
Mhm.
What? Chet Holmgren and Jalen Williams with him. Sorry to get off topic, but yeah, I just don't see the Suns making it out of the West. But that West is just so good. I mean, I think they're a first round out. What are they currently?
They're in the play-in, aren't they? Let's see if they would make that. They're 6 now.
Yeah. Yeah, they're the 8 seed right now, which is
Yeah, so they'd be in
and
the
yeah,
play-in.
yep. And then you got the Lake Warriors and Dallas as well in the play-in. So
them
those
versus
are
Minnesota would be interesting, especially if Cat's out. Pure defense versus pure offense, basically.
yeah. Do you see that Anthony Edwards dunk?
Yeah.
Pretty
Over the
crazy. Yeah, yeah. Oh my
and did you
goodness.
see Chet Holmgren's last night? Speaking of the Thunder,
No,
another guy
no.
in the Jazz. I can't remember who it was. He destroyed some guy in the Jazz.
Oh yeah, yeah. I love that Thunder team. They're a really fun team.
They're
Yeah,
fun to
That's a
watch.
they're
game
going to
of
be really good in a couple of years.
Well, they're good
the
now.
Celtics week schedule. That game's a good one. Coming out or on April 3rd. They play them
Yep.
at home. Excited for that one. All right.
That's it. That's all we
Wizards?
have for the Suns.
All right. Yep. Let's get to the Wizards. In Washington, Celtics beat the Wizards
How's your show?
131-104. This is, as I've said, even when Detroit was in the midst of their losing streak, I came on this podcast and said the Wizards are the worst team in the NBA. They're definitely worse than the Pistons. There's a couple teams worse than the Pistons, but none worse than this.
They're finally
This
there.
team flat out stinks. And more than any of these teams, just needs to go home. I mean, they need to figure out some things this offseason. They have that terrible Jordan Poole contract, but this was the Hauser game. Unfortunately, he gets hurt, but 10 threes, 10 for 13 on fire. Yeah, I mean, not much else to say. This team flat out stinks.
Career high in assists too for Pritchard, right? 13.
Yep. I think
I
that's
remember.
part of that is also he does such a good job setting Sam Hauser up. He really does. He is a great point guard. I just love the way he handles the ball and the way he assists.
And I would say that's the big part of, being up so many games in the East and being able to kind of stagger all these guys. No Jaylen Brown in this game, no Porzingis again. Is all of these guys kind of get those minutes.
And this one especially.
And yeah. And kind of you can see them kind of gaining confidence game by game and getting hot and getting more playing time. And, even Mihailuk had 23 minutes in this game. Not that he'll see time in the playoffs, but, everyone's been getting involved. You have time to get, Tillman and Cornette in there and see both looks and what you like from both. So, that is the benefit to being up so many games and be able to kind of experiment with all these lineups. Especially against a team like the Wizards, where, I don't even know what we could have done to lose this game. They're just so bad.
I don't know how you show up for the rest of the season, especially if you're Jordan Poole. And I mean, he's a decent player. Even if you don't like him, he's a decent player.
I
He
mean,
had
he killed us
31
in the
points.
finals.
Yeah. I mean, he's a decent player. It's just sad he got stuck on this team. So
Played well. He
hopefully
was
they
the one.
Yeah. I mean, I
what?
don't know who else they even have on this team.
Yeah, 31 points in
He was
23
the one.
minutes.
They had like 6 players out, but not that it matters. I thought a funny part about this game was Springer coming in there, got tangled up. I think it was a double technical, and then he's clanking threes. Not a good outing for him. Not that we need him, but
Yeah.
kind of felt for him there.
Yeah. Especially when you
Other than
only
that,
have
I'm looking at these names, and I'm like, the first time I ever heard of them.
Me too. Me too. I was just doing the same.
Baldwin Jr.
Yeah, I was doing the same. I was like, oh my goodness, who are these people?
Yeah.
Second year out of Milwaukee College.
Milwaukee.
But
Johnny Davis was their first round pick a couple years ago, and he's been a big disappointment.
yeah, I mean, that's the thing with the Wizards. They got no future. At least Cunningham on the Pistons. They got Ivy's a good player, but the Wizards, man, yeah,
I mean,
worst organization probably ever.
Yeah.
The past 15.
They will those Suns picks could be of some value that they got from the Beal deal.
For Beal, yeah, for
'Cause
sure.
if the Suns kind of bottom out in a few years, that might turn into something. But yeah, this team is not good.
Going
Not
nowhere.
good.
All right.
Another one. I mean, another bad team. They've got one more win than the Wizards now. Our favorite Pistons lose once again to the Celtics, 119-194. No Cade Cunningham. I mean, these guys aren't even playing like their best players against us at this point. It's ridiculous. It's like, what do you want us to do? Yeah, no Cade Cunningham, no Tatum. Hauser was hurt, no Al. Yeah, D White triple-double. First career triple-double. It's good to see. The team was very hyped for him after the game. He got the little Gatorade shower. That was fun. It's good to see, guys still having fun in these snoozer games this late in the year. Anyone else got anything to highlight in this one?
After the Wizards game, I just didn't even have the heart to watch it. I was like, I started watching, and I was like, I can't do this. I mean,
you're like, no Cade Cunningham again.
Yeah, I'm just, and then we got them tomorrow night. The Pistons tomorrow night as well. So it's like, I'm getting ready for playoff mode for sure.
Yeah.
The Thunder game excites me, and we'll get to it. But Giannis sitting out is ridiculous.
Yeah.
So annoying.
Yeah, I wouldn't feel so bad. Well, we'll talk about that in a minute, but he was out the game before too.
Mm-hmm.
He did play the game before too. So hopefully it's a real injury and he's not just holding back for playoffs. I don't know. You think he is?
Out for the season?
No, not out for season. But they are saying it's a nagging injury. There was talk of it last night. I don't know. I think Peyton Pritchard was good this game too.
Yeah, 23 points. Yeah, he's been on fire lately.
7 assists. I thought he played kind of directed traffic extremely well when Derek White wasn't. And yeah, it's always fun to watch when Tatum's not playing for me. Well, and I love Tatum, but I like Tatum. But it is fun to see the passing and the ball movement and all of that when Jaylen Brown isn't, taking over. It's a fun game, but I agree. Poor Pistons. At least they're not in last place anymore. That's good.
Poor
good feeling.
Taj Gibson and Evan Fournier who got traded to this team. Are like, what am I doing here playing in this game?
Yeah.
Taj Gibson's
and every
like
time
40 years old.
Every time Evan Fournier comes out, he looks terrible. Like terrible.
Yeah.
Speed wise.
Can I go to France for the offseason already? This is ridiculous. What am I doing here?
He does not look good. He's just collecting.
Taj Gibson still in the league is my question. He was averaging 9 points in 2011.
Yeah.
I mean, oh my goodness, he's been the most average player. I was shocked.
Locker room guy.
Yeah, I haven't seen him in a bit.
Yeah, I have no idea.
What was he on before?
Knicks, right? He was part of that Knicks trade, I think, for
it's gotta be Tibbs, right?
Yes, it's Tibbs. He was with the Bulls.
Okay.
He's a Tibbs guy.
Why.
But why wouldn't Detroit just waive him is the real question. I don't get why he's playing minutes for this team. It doesn't really. Again, all I can think of is vet. you know, they don't have any veterans really, and they just want a guy who knows how
Yeah.
to lose.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll go. Yeah, we'll go in
That was fun.
easily.
Yeah.
Not much to say
Yeah.
about these guys. I'm hoping next year is their year. Duran's good. Ivy's
I
good.
love Duran.
Cunningham's
Ivy
good.
was
I
played
mean,
all right. Yeah,
10
I can
for
promise
19.
you next year's not going to
He
be
was
their year.
29 minutes.
I would
they're
25 wins at most. Unless,
Next year?
unless
they're
there's
better
some
than their record says for sure. They were not like they had that huge losing streak, but they're not as bad as like
Yeah,
other
a lot
bad
of
teams.
close games. They just don't. I think they just need a piece, a
Yeah,
big.
they're better than they need a couple
solid
pieces,
piece.
but they're better
Yeah, I
than
would say
you
they're
know
probably
the
better than
Wizards, the
Hornets.
Spurs, the Hornets, better than all those teams for sure.
I know, and
Yeah,
if I hear one
Spurs are
more
fun to watch.
story on Wemby, the Spurs are in last place.
I mean, Wemby's amazing. Their
Yeah.
team is terrible. Their
100%.
team is so bad,
Without Wemby, they're the
so
worst
bad.
team. Every time I watch him play, I'm like, this guy should not be in the league.
I
I'm like,
like
Wemby?
Sohan. He's like their second best player.
exactly.
Who? Sorry.
Exactly.
Sohan or Soshan.
No,
Oh.
Devin Vassal's the second best player for sure.
Yeah, I
I
don't like him either.
think not being able to shoot doesn't help you with my critiques.
It is not hard to be a
But
superstar on that team.
No, that's for sure.
Yeah. And I do. Wembanyama is a good player or whatever, but they are in last place. They are going nowhere. And the number of stories on him, it's outrageous. There are less now that it's March Madness, but if I have to hear about the wonder that he is with his last place team one more time, I'm like, okay, he is a great player, but it's like last place team. Yeah.
same with the Warriors and the Lakers.
Yeah.
Playing teams, I'm like, if you do any national media, it's just all about them. I'm like,
They're still
ridiculous.
fun to watch to play. I caught myself watching them play each other the other night. For some reason, there is something about obviously that.
The star power, yeah.
Yeah, it is a fun game to watch. It's the only team I root for the Lakers against. I want the Lakers to beat the Warriors.
Oh yeah.
All right,
All
yeah.
right.
Nothing else
Well,
for the Pistons.
let's get to last night. Celtics beat Milwaukee at home, 122-119. As we previewed, no Giannis in this one. No Drew Holiday or Sam Hauser as well. You know, not the finish you would want. Got a little too close to the end. Some of the closing concerns I think we have about this team kind of came.
So before the game, I watched the ESPN, not the local. Before the game, they were talking about us being 2-5. Did anybody catch that? Against the top teams. 2-5.
Yeah. Well, what's the top teams?
Nuggets
Milwaukee,
twice,
Denver.
Yeah.
once.
Yep. So we're 2-5 against the top teams. And they said, of course, they're number one. We're going to be nitpicky here. What would you nitpick? And they started talking about that. And then they started talking about closing out post games. And that was a weakness of ours. And then it happened during this game. So
Yes.
we closed it out the right way, but it started to happen during this game. And if you look at our stats in the fourth quarter, it totally happened in this game.
Not good.
Yeah.
I mean, just look at the scoring totals by quarter. Quarter 1, 33, quarter 2, 36, quarter 3, 32, quarter 4, 21. I mean, tells you the story right there.
Yeah.
In Milwaukee's the opposite. They're in the 20s, the 20s, the 20s, and then the 30s. I mean,
yeah. We're 20. We shot 27% the fourth quarter. 27%, and they shot 56%.
you know, part of that's just tough luck, you know, not shooting well, but execution is not there either, especially when it's close, when we start kind of panicking.
Well, how many times during that quarter did you watch Tatum slowly dribble and go in and say, oh my God, and they didn't even do a great job collapsing on him.
No.
You could have gotten the ball so much faster if you knew and watched and collapsed on him because you knew what he was going to do, right? He wanted the points. He I don't know. It's so painful to watch that happen in the fourth quarter. And I thought Porzingis was terrible. If I have to hear unicorn one more time, last night, he was terrible.
Agreed.
Absolutely
Did not play
terrible.
well.
Oh, 0 for 5 at 3. And he has been shooting the 3 pretty well, but 0 for 5 at 3, 6 for 16 overall. And I do not think he plays good defense. I simply don't think he plays good defense. So
at times he does. I don't know.
Yeah. Rim protector, perhaps. He was not bad against Jokic. That's probably the toughest I had seen him in any game.
Yeah. And he got absolutely toasted that game, but
yes.
Go
ahead.
For me, I mean, Pritchard was amazing.
Yeah.
Getting up in Pat Beverly's grill, talking
Brooke
shit
Lopez,
to Pat Beverly,
stealing Brooke Lopez's rebound.
yeah. He was in one of those moods that Pritchard can get in, and really swing a game, and I mean that's not nothing, especially in the playoff. He's a guy that shows up for any moment, and he's not gonna shy away in the playoffs. And he's a guy that can steal you a game or two in a series, playing that way. So that's not nothing. And he's had a couple of those games lately. Hauser's the same way. And I think if there's one takeaway from this game that I have, it's those guys for us are better than those guys for them. I mean, Pat Connaughton was like a deer in headlights last night. I don't know where he was. Pat Beverly, scored on Luke Cornett a couple times. Like I said, my Luke Cornett stock took a bit of a dive this game. But Gallinari, all those guys, none of those guys are doing anything for them. And I think we have guys that can kind of make an impact more. So, if we close this game out in a different way, we see this game in a different light, because I think for a lot of this game, our guys kind of, and again, without Giannis, it's kind of a moot point, but a lot of our kind of role players showed up, and when a lot of theirs kind of had the opportunity without Giannis and really didn't.
Righto?
I would say with the exception of Portis, for sure.
Yeah,
he was actually my player.
Yeah,
and
he was not much. Spoiler: he's mine as well.
Is he okay?
Yes.
But I mean, I would do that. But the biggest takeaway is, please don't shoot this well in a 7-game series, because with Giannis, if they're doing 17 for 35 from three, we shot pretty well to it. But I mean, them shooting this well is tough. Like, even Beasley 2 for 7 is not great, but Lopez 2 for 4, Middleton 2 for 3, Portis 2 for 3.
Yeah.
Beverly hit 1. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I just think their shooting is kind of concerns me with Giannis, especially if we're collapsing on Giannis. If they're shooting well, they're going to be a tough out for sure. Definitely my biggest concern in the East, obviously.
I
mean, go ahead.
Yeah, I guess the bright side to that is, hopefully they're not going to shoot that well. Middleton was really good this game. Lillard,
unbelievable. 8 for 11.
Yeah, he was excellent, and he's coming back from it. So that's what I mean. All their kind of the guys you expect to play for them were as advertised, and
yeah.
I think to still kind of come out of that with a victory is, as I said, the ending was a bit of a meltdown, which is time and time again the concern. But
two things. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
So 2 things. One, I just have to re-emphasize my unicorn comment and say Porzingis had 3 rebounds the whole game. 3.
Yeah.
3 rebounds the entire. Now, 1 huge rebound where he put back. I mean, 1 offensive rebound where near the end, but he can't play that many minutes and have 3 rebounds and be that tall.
Agreed.
Like So anyway, I'm off that now. And on to Chris Middleton, who was spectacular for just coming back. He looked like the old Chris Middleton. He had 6 assists. That's the team high with Lillard. 6 assists, 8 for 11, very efficient. He was still minus. I mean, so I'm not sure if while he was in there, I'm not sure how I guess I didn't pay attention to his defense. I'm not sure if he was playing great defense or not. But anyway, it was funny at halftime. Perk had an argument. I don't know if anybody saw this.
I watched the locals. So.
Perk was arguing that Lopez should not be starting and that Portis should be starting. And I'm forgetting his name. He was arguing with Perk. There had been a pretty heated debate before.
Probably.
No. it was somebody who's not normal. I can't remember his name. Anyway,
JJ Redick? Who else is there?
nope. Big guy.
Boban?
Nope. I know those guys. But anyway, I'll check.
Green horse.
Anyway, he was arguing that Portis should start and not Brook Lopez. And he said, did you watch Brook Lopez and his defensive struggle and blah, 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 you know, not doing well. Portis should be in there. And in the second half, Lopez only played 6 minutes. Portis played most of the time, and he was the one that kind of brought them back. So I thought that was a very good point by Perk, and hopefully, you know, he didn't talk to the coach and make that happen, but it hurt us when Lopez wasn't playing well. His defense is not that good. And you can't rely on his occasional outside shooting. He just wasn't playing well.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that was interesting. But anyway, yeah, Bobby Portis killed us in that second half. And I agree. I think he should be a starter at this point. Who else, you know, even when Giannis comes back. I also think it's extremely difficult when Giannis is out to know what the game is going to be and how to defend it, right? When Giannis is in there, you know what's going to happen and you know who's going to handle the ball most of the time or have the ball most of the time. So a lot of the offense is going to go through Giannis when he is in the game. Whereas right now, I think it just opened it up a little more. Similar to when Tatum's out, it's a completely different game. You know, so that is one benefit, I think, with Giannis coming back is we've played them a million times with Giannis. You know how Giannis is going to play, you know, and he's a great player. I'm not saying that, but it's not going to get spread out to as many people as it was last night. And they're not all going to get to shoot the number of shots that they shot last night. So I do think it will, you know, change the game back to a game that we know and probably will handle a little better in some ways anyway. That's my take on it.
I would say about your Brook Lopez Portis comment for sure. I think when Giannis is in, it helps Lopez on the defensive side as well. Because I don't think his defense is that. I mean, his rim protection is slow, of course, and his lateral movement's not great. But his rim protection is pretty good. And I don't know. I mean, I don't see without him playing a lot of minutes, I don't see them beating us. I think his threat from the outside, because I think he's a little better spot up shooter than Portis. So I feel like Portis' role is less kick. You can kind of kick it out if Giannis is driving into Lopez, but Portis, I don't know. I don't think is as good.
Yeah, but I think
and I agree.
think,
oh, go ahead.
I think the problem with Lopez defensively is that it isn't his rim protecting. It's that when the Celtics play their best lineups, you can just play 5 out, and he has to play the perimeter. You can just expose him there.
And when do we ever really play the way Lopez? I mean, who is our big inside?
If you have Cornet or Tillman in there, it's the only time that he can kind of sit in the paint.
Exactly, because Porzingis is not in there,
and
even though he's the tallest.
Horford can both stretch it out, and you know he's kind of a deer in headlights if you run him in the pick and roll with a guy that can pop and
because we don't have a traditional post up Al once in a while, but we don't really.
He's got the mismatch, but
traditional post up,
really. Yeah. So that's the problem, and I mean Portis just has a little more versatility out there. But yeah, I mean Lopez is gonna have to play, and you can kind of abuse his mismatch the other way in terms of him just getting offensive rebounds when we kind of try to play some.
Portis had 31. They said the night before too, or the game before.
He killed us last time we played them too when they crushed us.
Yeah, I've always liked him.
Yeah,
he's streaky too, kind of guy. But I mean, it's a lot of role players are. You kind of shoot when you get hot. But yeah, I got nothing else.
Yeah, well, that's we kind of already revealed Portis as our player of the week, Mom. So who did you have?
Oh, I had so many. No,
so many.
You know who I had? I had Ayton.
Oh,
he had a great game.
He did have a good game, actually.
He's the only one, I think, that helped the Trailblazers get to near 100.
Yeah. He's apparently had a bit of a disappointing year, but I thought he did play well.
He was 11 for 19, 22 points, and 15 rebounds. I mean, that's that's pretty good.
Night. I forgot he had that good mid-range game too.
I thought he was their only real offensive weapon. The only other guy that I thought was noteworthy, I think was Keontae George. He had pretty good.
Poole too. I mean, a pretty good game. I mean,
Yes,
obviously,
yeah, he
dark
should though.
scoring,
He's
but
good.
like,
Yeah, yeah.
mm,
Yeah, he's obvious though. I don't know.
not a
Like that's kind of
performance.
why. Yeah. But anyway, I thought Aiton for, the team that he's playing on had a pretty good game, and he's the only one that got him close to almost reaching 100. Other than that, let's go.
All right. As promised,
March
March Madness theme. We're gonna do a little quiz. I got the Celtics roster up.
Oh no.
Do we know where all these guys went to school?
No.
This is your assignment.
I got most of them.
Let's see. We'll just go through. I got the whole roster. It's not too many guys, so we'll go through them. We'll get the obvious one. Mom, where did Tatum go to school, Mom?
I know this.
Oh no.
Oh no. Wait,
that should be a little better than this.
Duke.
Yes.
Yes, I knew that.
Duke.
He's the only one actually I know. Oh no.
All right, wait. We'll go through them.
Okay.
There's only one guy on the roster who didn't go to college. Do we know who that is? A little obvious.
Oh, Unicorn.
Yes, Porzingis.
Oh, I was thinking like older guy who went to high school.
No. Porzingis. All right, Brett. Jaylen Brown.
Cal.
All right, Mom. Al Horford. Do you know Al Horford?
Florida somewhere?
Florida. You got it. Let's go. You won 2 national championships back to back at Florida.
Yeah.
Back when I was
2006, 2007.
I can't even pull it up. I can't even pull it up fast enough to cheat.
No, don't cheat. Yeah, it's fun.
All right, go ahead.
All right,
I won't look.
Back to Brett. Drew Holiday.
UCLA.
All right, Mom. Let's see. Which one you might know? Pritchard, your guy.
Oh,
Pritch.
Oregon.
Yes.
Yeah. That's a good one. 4 years there. He's probably the best college career, I would say.
That's a good question. Probably.
Horford, probably. I didn't really watch much of him.
All right, let's go. We'll stick with the easy ones, Brett. Sam Hauser. 2. The 2
Marquette.
And
Marquette
played 3 years at Marquette and then 1 transferred to
After
Wisconsin?
Marquette or before?
No.
Before.
After. Played
Before.
1 year.
Oh.
No, after.
Oh, I did not know that.
I just looked I went deep.
He was with his brother for a year. I know that.
At Marquette. And then he had to, sit out a year, transferred to a team that was just eliminated in the first 4.
BYU.
No.
No.
4.
Give me a second. Boise State?
No.
Colorado.
No.
Who did he crush? Virginia.
Virginia.
Good, yeah.
He played 1 year at Virginia.
He didn't win it there, did he?
No, he did not. I think they just I think they were a first round upset. I looked up all of this. I looked up every history of every player we've had. All right,
Okay.
Mom. Derek White.
He seems like an Arkansas guy.
No, we do have an Arkansas guy.
They also played in the first.
I don't know.
Pac-12 team, if that helps you. You just went to the Pac-12 tournament.
Deion Sanders.
That's not gonna help her.
Oh, wait.
Is it?
No.
Hold on.
Might want to head
Washington?
to the mountains. No.
Oregon.
No.
Mountains. I don't know. Who? Colorado.
Colorado. He played only 1 year at Colorado. Fun fact. And only played 1 year at Colorado. Brett, do you know where he played 3 years?
Washington.
No.
Division II, Colorado Springs. He played for 3 years.
We looked that up.
1 year in Division I.
Yeah, we looked that up actually. Dad and I
a first round pick after just 1 year at college.
Yeah.
I believe he played with Spencer Dinwiddie.
Did he?
And maybe Dinwiddie was a little before. I don't know.
All right, Brett. Where did Luke Cornett play? It's a tough one. It's in the SEC.
Oh, that doesn't help me.
Oh, Vanderbilt.
Vanderbilt. Yes, we got it. All right, Mom. Let's see who we got. Oh, Xavier Tillman. You should know this one.
I should?
Yes.
Why?
Well, should know it.
Because one of your children went to this school.
Michigan State?
He did go to Michigan State. He actually was there for 1 year, Kelsey's freshman year. He was my sister Kelsey did go to Michigan State, who just won today. He played for 1 year at Michigan State while Kelsey was there, freshman year. Fun fact.
Yeah, I don't know if I went to see a game that I don't think I did. I think it was sophomore.
That was one of the worst seedings ever. I can't believe they got a 19 and 15. They won. Right. I mean, I get the Big Ten, but it wasn't even the best conference. I thought that was crazy. I mean, I'm happy, but the seeding. We'll get to that later. I thought the seeding was terrible this year. Even with the own San Diego State 5 seed, we got the 5 seed last year and had 32 wins and won the Mountain West. 24 this year and lost the Mountain West, same seed. There is a history bias for sure, especially this year. But keep going with the quiz.
All right, Brett. Now your next one, Neemias Queta.
Utah State.
Utah State in conference with your Aztecs. I knew you'd get that one.
Yo, I saw him on Kawhi's retirement night, actually.
Oh, really?
It was 2 years after that. Never mind. Not that one. They did play Utah State, but I believe he was not on the team.
All right, Mom. Let's see. Which one can I give
There's nobody left, I know.
No, probably not. Well, where do you?
I'll guess.
Jordan Walsh, the rookie this year. You already said this.
Yeah.
You already said the school. Yes, you did go to Arkansas.
Arkansas.
Is JD Davis?
Oh, there's your next one, Brett.
Tennessee?
What?
Tennessee,
No, he spent 1 year in the SEC once again.
Oh, so it's not Tennessee?
No.
Let me guess. It wasn't you. No. Was it Alabama?
It was Alabama. He spent 1 year at Alabama.
Nice job. I wouldn't have gotten that one either.
All right.
Who's in the SEC?
How about we already did Jordan Walsh? All right. Svi Mikhailuk.
Yeah, no.
Are you sure you went to college?
Yes.
In the United States?
Yes. Brett and I saw him play.
You did.
We did together.
How?
Bahamas?
What?
Where?
You don't know this either, Brett? Come on.
Oh, no.
Played 4 years
Okay,
for
so
them.
that had to be when you were was he in the Pac-12?
No.
I have no idea, actually.
All right, I'm
I
just
don't
gonna
remember.
guess. Let's see. If you went to see them play. Oh, was it a college trip? Looking at a college trip?
No.
Oh.
It's winter break for me. We took 2 trips to 2 big schools.
Oh, Kentucky or Kansas?
Kansas. Played 4 years for Kansas. ASU
Kansas.
upset Kansas with
That-
Svi Mikhailuk.
That is what I was gonna say next.
Played 4 years
Kansas.
at Kansas. He was a big Kansas guy.
Mihailuk. So
Out of
that
Ukraine, but played 4 years at Kansas.
okay, so I feel better now that
Barry Ellis status, but
Not Perry
8
Ellis
year
status.
player.
All right, we're this one. We'll just go open season because we're on the last few and they're pretty tough. New guy, Jaden Springer.
I actually just looked at his bio, so I know. Tennessee.
Yeah, he did go to Tennessee.
Tennessee. It was
Already
Tennessee. It was
mentioned.
definitely
It was
Tennessee.
obviously Mom, Tennessee. She knew that one. Little delay in the broadcast there, but she was on top of that one. All right, O'Shea Brissett.
I like O'Shea. He had to go somewhere sunny. He has a good. No, he
He
didn't.
did not go somewhere sunny.
Oh, somewhere cold. Okay, so let's say Indiana,
No, north.
Wisconsin,
Yes.
No, east.
Minnesota.
That's west.
It's not
Oh, well, sorry.
Wrong way.
Wrong way.
Took the wrong way on I-90.
I don't know what even is east of Wisconsin.
Ohio.
Ooh,
Still
good one.
east.
Penn State.
North.
Indiana.
Get a
Albany?
map. Get a map. What?
Albany?
You're close. You're close.
Rochester?
Come on. Same.
Um, Syracuse.
Syracuse. Yes. You went to
Syracuse.
Syracuse.
I got Albany before you
I
Albany.
know. I was like, oh, Albany. All right. Last one.
A lot of the
Last one on the
stars.
roster.
A lot of the stars go to Albany.
Little known on the roster, Drew Peterson.
I have no idea.
Still on the roster. 4
Yeah.
years at you're right
Is
with
he
the Sunny
white?
now. Yes.
And we're gonna go with
Wait.
BYU.
yeah. Hmm.
I know, I can't even.
Group.
I've only
It sounds like a
seen
Duke
him
name.
twice.
No. Way
Yeah,
off.
I know. But I'm gonna go with
He's
Not what you'd
he's
expect. It's not what you'd
Carolinas.
expect.
Carolinas.
No. Other coast.
Bucknell.
No.
Stanford.
No.
Yale.
You're in there. You're in no. Stanford's in the vicinity now.
Harvard.
No. You're in the right state.
For Yale?
UCLA.
No. Stanford. Oh, you're getting very close.
USC.
USC. 4 years USC.
Right
for
here,
Drew
right
Peterson.
here.
Never would have gotten that.
Within
either.
10 guesses. Few hints and 10 guesses.
Shares a birthday with mom.
What?
November 9th, 1999. Drew
Nice.
Peterson was born.
Nice. We're almost the same age.
That's the whole roster. You did it.
March
Pretty good.
Madness.
Pretty good.
Yeah, I feel like now I have to look up some information about our team that we have a podcast about. I need to know more.
What?
Rob Williams. Where did he go?
Who? Rob Williams?
Rob Williams.
Ooh.
Florida.
No. A&M. Texas A&M.
Yeah. Brogdon.
Brogdon was another Virginia guy, no? Yeah.
Yep. Marcus Smart, honorable mention.
Oklahoma State.
Remember, I am flipping that chair. I think it was in the Big 12 tournament.
Yeah.
1 game suspension or something.
He
That's why he fell to 6. He was supposed to go a little before, but he was a big attitude problem guy.
Yeah.
He got in trouble the other night. He's not even playing. And he got in trouble.
And he wasn't even playing.
So he's going to be fined. Yeah. I'm sure there's a little frustration.
Now full March Madness talk for a little bit.
Well, I do have one more little piece of trivia.
Okay.
Well, now we know where everyone went to school. Al Horford, by far the most successful college player on our team, 2 back-to-back NCAA championships, 06, 07. But we do have 3 other players that have played in the Final Four. Do you know who they are? Pritchard.
Yeah.
Pritchard was in the 2017 Final Four. They lost to UNC. I was there. I worked that tournament as part of ASU. It was in Phoenix, Pritchard's freshman year. He was good on that team, even as a freshman. I believe he started. Yes, Pritchard was in the Final Four.
V would be my guess on Kansas.
What?
4 years on Kansas.
Svi Mihailuk the next year, 2018.
That was going to be my next guess. Not.
The loss to Virginia, the eventual win.
Good job.
What?
Tatum lost first round, I believe. I think he did.
I can't remember.
And
Last one.
I don't think Cal made the tournament.
Wait, there's another one?
Jaylen
I
Brown's
know.
only appearance, he was
team.
upset in the first round. He's a 4 seed. Cal was upset by Hawaii in Jaylen Brown's only year.
Oh, wow. So let me think
Everybody
for a little
else
bit.
don't have a chance. I would say
Eric White definitely did not.
No, Mom, you got this one.
it is gonna be Tillman.
It is Tillman.
Wow.
2018 Final Four, Xavier Tillman, or 2019 actually. So we had
Yeah, that's
Pritchard
the
2017,
Zion.
Mihailuk 2018, Xavier Tillman 2019. Those are the 3 other members other than Al Horford that played in the Final Four. But there is one other member of the team, not a player who went to the Final Four.
Brad Stevens, coach of
I
Butler.
didn't even think of Brad Stevens. Brad Stevens did go twice, but there's another.
Well, Was it Missoula, West Virginia? Missoula went, or is
Coach Joe Mazzulla played
How
in
do
the
we
Final
know
Four. Do you
Sheldon
know?
make?
This clip went viral recently. Do you know who he beat to go to the Final Four?
Was it Jimmy Butler? I don't
No.
know. I don't know
Very
about that.
famous Kentucky team featuring John Wall and DeMarcus Cousins,
Oh,
defeated by Joe Mazzulla and West Virginia. Joe Mazzulla, clutch. I mean, I was looking this up today. All season, 2010, Joe Mazzulla, 8 points is his high. Drops a career high 17 points, over double his season high, to upset Kentucky and bring West Virginia to the Final Four. Eventually lost to Duke in 2010. This shows how young Joe Mazzulla is. First of all, played against John Wall and DeMarcus Cousins in the tournament, and two, the team they lost to, Duke, won the championship. And on that team, one player still in the NBA, Mason Plumlee, on that
oh.
Duke team, now on the Clippers. Still in the
I
NBA,
didn't
played
realize
against Joe
Plumlee
Mazzulla.
was that old.
He was a freshman on that 2010 Duke team.
There's two Plumlees,
Yeah.
Mom.
There's three,
Oh, I
know.
actually, but there are only two on that team.
I know Mason. I know
They had a
Mason.
younger brother as well that played for Duke, I think. Got the son.
Miles?
No,
I know
Miles is the
Mason.
oldest, I think.
Is he? Oh, I don't
Let's
know.
see.
A lot of Plumlees.
Wait, did you just say two played together, right?
Yeah, Miles
Yeah.
and Mason, I think. And
I
then
do
think
remember
there's one
that.
younger one.
I remember that actually. All right. That was great trivia.
Marshall Plumlee is the youngest. Yeah, that's what I had. I looked up every player on the team and how they
Brett
did.
had something you wanted to say.
Yeah,
What is
Brett,
your idea for
now we're full
March Madness?
Full March Madness.
Well,
What do
I
you
was
got for
gonna do
SDSU?
Final Four picks, but we
Okay.
gotta probably gotta pull that up.
Yeah, no, I got mine. I had Iowa State. I had Michigan State pulling the upset all the way. Hey, big win today. They're a top 5 preseason team. They could pull off some
Yeah,
magic.
they got well. That's why I think they got overseeded. But
yeah. So I had Michigan State, Iowa State, Houston, and who was my last one? Let me pull it up.
I really like Houston, but I mean, yeah, that Iowa State game scared me off.
They don't play
Man,
Iowa
they
State.
look good.
Oh, against Iowa
Yeah.
State. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got both.
Woo.
Yeah. Big 12 year. ASU's future home. Who was my last one? I'm drawing a blank. And then I had a rematch Iowa State Houston in the finals. But I had Houston pulling it off and avenging their loss.
You have Houston winning it all?
Yes.
I did. I had SDSU winning it all over Houston.
Oh yeah. I had to go with my knowledge. I was upset with their the draw they got. I think with Auburn is by far the best 4 seed, and SDSU's should play them if all goes well in the round of 32, which is upsetting. But I did want to make it out to Spokane. The flights were not friendly. That's where the first round is for them. My friend Colby's out there, so I miss the March Madness feel. I've been the last 2 years going to Houston, and the year before it was at Viejas, which was pretty cool.
Yeah, I've still never been to
But
a game.
So my 4 were SDSU, MSU, Houston, and Purdue.
Purdue. Yeah, I had Tennessee as my last one, beating Purdue.
I had them over Tennessee. Yeah. I don't know. We'll see.
I have Purdue winning it all.
Oh.
You do?
I think I know the big man
Edie.
Yeah, no, I'm saying that they usually have that good big man, and it doesn't really work in the tournament. I feel like it's more guard play. But my final four is UNC, Illinois, Purdue, and Kentucky. I think Kentucky is either a first round out for me or they can make a great run. That offense is really good,
Wait.
but
Wait, who were your final four?
Dillingham.
it's Kentucky,
Mhm,
Illinois,
mhm,
UNC,
mhm.
and Purdue.
You
Then I
didn't
have
even pick San Diego State?
No, I've watched them all year. It was hard enough. I did have them all over.
I picked
Over,
Michigan State and San Diego State because my kids go there. Heartfelt picks. And you're
I did.
telling
I
me
did have
you
them,
went
but
against your own team.
but if we're putting money, I had to go with my brain. And yeah, I don't know. SDSU been a miracle run last year, but who ended up? Did Arizona end up winning against
Yeah,
Long Beach?
they were up 20 when we started the pod, so I assume they did pull it
Yeah,
out.
they did. They won by 20.
All right. Anything else?
Yeah, I think we're.
Yeah, I think we're good.
That was fun.
Any closing thoughts before we wrap up?
I think I'm good. Illinois is only up 1.5 against Morehead State, so
Oh man,
could
Brett's
be
Final
busted.
Four pick struggling already. Well, this has been the March Madness edition of Shamrock Talk. Yeah,
Who's
I think
coming
we're
up
just ready
for the Celtics?
We didn't even go over the upcoming game for the Celtics because it's just kind of depressing, to be honest.
The next four are not good. 5. Well,
Can we just
Pelicans
get
will
to the
be
playoffs
interesting.
already?
Yeah.
I
Pelicans will be
mean,
good.
we have
But
Detroit, Chicago, or road trip. These are all Atlanta, Pelicans, who are actually good, and then
They're not bad.
the Hornets. I mean,
That's
goodness gracious.
Yeah.
Could we just get to the playoffs already? We did have. I mean, we actually have the easiest strength of schedule for the rest of the season and the top record. So I mean,
yeah,
we're 11 games ahead. That's why I think the rest is going to be good.
Yeah,
going in, we can really do that rotation that he's been doing for the last. I mean, how many ever games we want? I mean, no one's catching.
Yeah,
agreed.
Yeah, so we'll get some more March Madness content over the next few weeks because we're just ready for the playoffs here, people.
Thunder will be good. That'll be a good game.
Yeah, and then the Bucks again, right?
Clippers, Bucks, but that's getting to the point where remember last year, no starters played for.
Exactly. Who knows?
You're not going anywhere.
Give them a little revenge.
Not for us so much.
Exactly.
I think Tatum. I think if allowed, Tatum and Jalen would play every game. I don't think they have the attitude.
Hey, in respect to them, I mean, it's better than the guys.
I think they have to be forced to sit out, no matter who they play. They just want to play. I think that's
much
the
rather
type
have
of
it
team.
that I like that much better than the other way around, at least.
Yeah. I do think they need to be forced.
But yeah, I mean, how early can we clinch? It's got to be within the next 5 games or so.
Yeah. Well, I think within the next 3 games, right?
Yeah.
Because I think there were only 14 games left.
14,
and we're already 11
currently.
So I think 3, maybe
Do we
4.
know the franchise record for wins?
Good question, actually.
I know we went 40-1 at home in 84 or something, 86.
86. We lost one home game. It's 50-1, I think.
40.
68 wins in the 72-73 season.
I don't think we'll reach that.
67 wins.
We win out.
86.
We'd have to win everything, And we still have, like you said, Thunder, Clippers, Bucks, and the Knicks. I haven't ruled out the Knicks as being a pretty decent team if they're healthy. I think they're going to be tough.
I'm a fan of Brunson for sure. His style of play.
Yeah.
He's a fun player, and I don't see him as much of a threat as these other stars. So I enjoy watching him play and playing against him. But
all right.
Yeah, I mean, I did a really good job of the trade deadline. I think
they did a really
impressive year. It was a good year since, the J.R. Smith-Mello trade. They haven't been making good moves. But I thought they're trending in the correct direction, which I think makes it more fun. Those games are always good. Knicks, Celtics. I'd love to make it a Madison Square Garden, but oh my goodness, when they play the Celtics, those tickets are ridiculous.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
I'm going to be in New York for a little. So I was looking at that too.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Crazy.
The Rockets are on a 6-game winning streak, so they may make it into the playoffs. The playing
I wish we had their
Least.
coach.
3 games. They're
Yeah.
3 games from the Warriors, who are number 10. So
Wow. I mean, the West, I think, is way deeper and better than the East. I mean,
yeah, I'd agree with that. They seem
nice
to
to
have
be,
kept-
especially with Embiid ongoing injuries and yeah. Well, I can't knock on wood here because the Heat too. You never know. But
Exactly. The zombie heat.
well, do we know Embiid's update? Like, could that be like?
I mean, I'm ready to write off the Sixers. I mean,
Okay, yeah. I was just wondering. I wouldn't be too happy if they're the 8th seed and Embiid came back.
yeah. I mean, even still, the fact that
Agreed.
do you think he'd be
He would be
100%
100%,
healthy
wouldn't be
and
in
in
shape.
shape and
Yeah, for sure. But I'd much rather play some other teams.
yeah.
Without
rather see-
an Embiid.
I'd rather see the Hawks.
Yes, exactly.
Well,
all right.
that's it. We'll get back to March
Awesome.
Madness. I hope
Having
you
me.
guys at home are doing the same. As usual, you can find us worldwide at Shamrock Talk Pod on Twitter, at Shamrock Talk on Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, Google Podcast. I think I forgot to post the last episode on YouTube. I was just checking that before, so apologies for that. I'll try to be better, but you know, we're a little small organization here. I'm really a one-man team, so you're gonna have to forgive me for that one. But yeah, today's sponsor, Mom's got, what do we got today?
Lemon sorbet bubbly.
Lemon sorbet.
By Bubbly. What?
Bubbly, if you'd
Seltzer
like
water.
to. Today's unofficial sponsor, Bubbly Seltzer Water. Bubbly, if you'd like to become the official sponsor, send us a case. That's all you need. And you can be the official sponsor of Shamrock Talk. All right. Well, go enjoy March Madness. Happy holidays, basketball fans, and go Celtics.
Go Celtics.